This is a non-spoiler review for The Black Phone 2. Scott Derrickson returns to direct. Mason Thames, Ethan Hawke, Madeleine McGraw, they all return. So Black Phone was the very popular 2021 film directed by Scott Derrickson. Big hit, really solid, Blumhouse, and it was a creepy performance by Ethan Hawke as the grabber, and then Mason Thames has to get away from him. So part two reteams the brother and the sister. Again, Mason Thames and Madeleine McGraw. And this time they are going to... Madeleine McGraw's character of Gwen is still having the visions. She's still seeing things. So she gets another tip, and now this time she and her brother have to go to this camp, and they are investigating some other crazy stuff. So this movie, again, I don't know if I would be as interested in these films if it wasn't Scott Derrickson. The way that he shoots these movies, and in a particular way that the style that he's got, and he brings it. This one takes place in the early 80s, so the last one took place in the late 70s to, go on with the kids. They're obvious aging. But now Finn's character is a little bit more angry. He's a little bit more... he's really the events of what happened in the first movie took a toll on him, and he's kind of a recluse. He's smoking the grass, as they say, and he's just not happy, rightfully so. Now, I think that overall this movie, what it does very well is it continues the lore of the first movie. It continues the lore of the grabber, because I didn't see a single trailer for this one. I had just watched the original. You can watch that reaction on the channel. I'd seen the movie before. My friend Ming had never seen it before, so we watched it. It was nice to have a refresher kind of going into the second one. And I didn't know that Ethan Hawke was in it. I was like, how's he going to be in it? They do it very well. There is there's a great homage in general to classic 80s kind of horror movies. I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Nightmare on Elm Street. The way that they're building up the lore of the grabber in general, and then what the brother and sister team have to do, how they worked together well in the first one, how they have to work again in this one. So I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the fact also of the different swing there. The other one seemed a little bit more contained, obviously, because Finn is in this room the entire time. This one's more open. They're around the camp. They're trying to find stuff, and they really put the focus in on Gwen and her character and what she does. So some of the things that I thought that, if I'm going to say anything that I didn't like, you have to realize that first, that, all right, well, they're definitely going more so into this type of realm without spoiling anything. They're going this direction, and it's significantly different from the first one, which is also why I give it a nod for swinging for something different. There are a few times that I thought that they just do. It's not necessarily a jump scare. There are a few of them, but it's more of a loud music jump scare. I don't like when horror movies do that. I've never liked when thrillers do that, where it's just like they swell the music up so they're like, now you need to be scared. I'm like, I'm not scared, I'm just annoyed. Loud. Such a minor complaint. It's not. I was locked in, but I wasn't as locked in the first one. And I don't know. That's maybe because I already know the characters. I already know the story. There were a few kind of repeating beats that I'd seen from the first one, yet there was still a lot of difference. Overall, where they went with it genre-wise, where, like I said, it's a nice homage to kind of old school films, and playing off of what they had in. You can see them building off the mythology and where they're going to go. Now, I hope. I mean, I think it's for a studio. If it's really successful, they might do Black Phone 3, Black Phone 4, Black Phone 5, maybe. I think you had a very worthy sequel that you could just say, that's it, we're done. Here's the other thing. Miguel Mora, who I believe played Robin in the first movie, he plays Robin's brother. Now, I thought he was good. It was a little jarring at first when he showed up, because I said, wait a minute. How's he in this? I'm like, oh, it's his brother. So I was like, they couldn't cast somebody else, but I was like, yeah, he did. And I said that before I watched the performance. And then I watched the performance. I was like, okay, could be his twin brother. Could also be, just this little brother and look very similar. And do they seem significantly different? The answer is yes. So it didn't really bother me as much as I thought it did. But and then there's a few more cast of characters in it that maybe didn't pop as much as maybe they could have. But it's a solid time at the movies, especially around Halloween season. So I'll go pretty high. If I'm going to go out of 10 this time, I'll go 7.9 out of 10 for the Black Phone 2. Again, it's a matter of, was it worth doing a sequel? And the answer is yeah, absolutely. It's worth doing a sequel too. And the visuals are worth the price of admission, where there's some really creepy imagery. There's a few really graphic ones, even a little bit more graphic than the first one. The first one was pretty violent in certain scenes, and they kind of do that again, but there's a few times where they hold on some of the graphic images. I was like, I don't know. Did you need to do that? It was effective. Worked for me. I feel creeped out. So anyway, what do you think about Black Phone 2? You want to see it? Do you not want to see it? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Are you a fan of Scott Derrickson? I certainly am. Put your thoughts in about him. Ethan Hawke also returns as a very, very creepy grabber. Mason is so good as Finn. Like I like that they shifted the focus. He certainly has a lot to do in the movie, but I like that they shifted the focus a little bit to Gwen in this one. That she was kind of the main character. I thought Madeleine McGraw is such a great actress. She was phenomenal in the first one. She's phenomenal in this one. She really does her emotions, and the way that she shows her emotions on screen. It stood out in the first movie, and it certainly stands out in this one. So anyway, put your thoughts in there. What do you think about Black Phone? Do you want to see it? Do you not want to see Black Phone 2? Let me know. Thanks for being here. Make sure you go and you check out the reaction that I did of the first movie. All right. Thank you very much. See you soon.